Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks Garage. I put my hammer handles down there, and most of them fit right down inside. So what I did is took and cut it. Each of these cut. I got one in my vise here. And basically what I'm doing is taking the hammers that I'm needing to hold in them, putting it on there, and just kind of getting an eyeball idea of about where I need to cut that. Using my cutoff wheel, you could easily use a hacksaw for all this. Right now I'm using my chop saw to cut these out, and my cutoff wheel here to cut this part. Those hold all my hammers quite nicely. I ended up having to use the metal piece there for that one. It was just too big. And I use these. I didn't have to cut these because I can pull these in and out pretty easily right there. The ones on the top I had to, cut them so I can just bring them out easier. And then down here, I didn't cut any of these. These are all my body hammers and things like that. I can just pull these in and out fairly easy. If I find that I'm having too much difficulty, I'll just chop those down. They're pretty easy to take off and on. I got those all the way across there. I did have to cut that one because it didn't want to make it in and out very easy. Just a couple pieces of flat stock. Cut those. Cut a couple more pieces of flat stock. Drill some holes, some wing nuts, some bolts, and measure for these stringers. I'll tighten this up a little bit here. I need to be able to figure out what the distance between here and here is. And I could take a tape measure, but I think this will be just a little bit more accurate. Give me a little more of a repeatable cut. That's fairly tight in there. You don't have to reef on these, but there you go. That's my measurement between here and here. Pretty simple tool. I've seen them made out of everything from wood to metal to ones you can buy at stores, but this looked like it worked to me, so we'll try it out. I got a little punch here, and I'm punching out these bed frame rivets that are in the bed frames here. I'm working on my welding cart, so go check out that video when I'm finished with it. It'll be up here pretty soon. Anyhow, the little tip here is to actually, when you're punching, and admittedly I don't do this all the time, and the reason I'm doing it right now is because I just smacked my hand. First of all, you can use a pair of vice grips to hold your chisel. So if you accidentally miss strike, you aren't going to come down and smack your hand and hurt yourself, because it does hurt. Second thing, instead of looking down here where you're what you're striking, look at the top of the head when you're hitting. Make sure your punch or chisel or whatever it is you're pounding on is where you want it, and then don't take your eye off the top here once you get it there, and that will make sure that you don't miss it. Not to mention, when that came through, as you notice, that's how I hit my hand last time. When it came through, it fell and it went like that, smacked me in the hand. That's what made me decide I wanted to go get this and show you this little tip and trick, because it does hurt when you smack your hand. Here I'm going to staple to a board that's up underneath here. I want to staple up here, and I can't tell exactly where it is. So what I'm doing is taking my square here, putting it up underneath there to that board, and then locking it down. And then this one has actually a neat little place I can put my pencil at, and that will get me pretty close to where that board is. I know that this is the edge of the board, so I want to put my actually brad nail on this side over here. I got a 1/2 inch board, so I don't want to go too far away from it. And that keeps you from putting any nails or staples or whatever you're putting in there, screws, from hitting outside where you want them to hit. Pull that off, flip it around. Now you have one that I can put something against here, and then once this is all the way down, I can butt that up against whatever it is and turn this and push. So instead of clamping together, it pushes it apart. Now I guess if you really wanted to mess with things, you could pull this out and somehow flip this around, but I think if I put what I'm trying to do against here, it should be fine. So there's a way to modify your clamps to make them work as pushers instead of pullers, I guess. Make sure you're comfortable doing this. I'm not responsible if you hurt yourself doing this kind of thing. I'm comfortable doing it, and because my chop saw is, I think it's only a 10-inch saw, this is what you got to do when you got bigger stuff. So lift it up like that, makes a pretty good cut. I got a little bit of out right here, but oh well, I can sand that out. I need to measure this, and I'm going to cut it in half. And it's 9.5, so I should easily be able to figure out what the middle of that is. But instead of trying to figure out math-wise how everything goes, you angle that up and go to 10. Mark here at 5. And take your square or whatever you got. Put your pencil on that mark. That should be 4 7/8, or close, in between 6/8 and 7/8. So anyway, should be close to half. Close enough for me.
Well, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.